Okay, we did the addition rule last time. This time we're going to do the multiplication rule. But before we get started with that, we're going to talk about what independence means. All right, last time we talked about disjoint. Now we're going to talk about being independent or dependent. Those are our two primary vocab words in this first one. Two events, E and F, are independent if the occurrence of the event E in a probability experiment does not affect the probability of event F. So they're independent if they can do it on their own. One does not affect the other. Whatever it is you're talking about, it has nothing to do with the other one. That's what makes it independent. So by that same rationale, two events are dependent if the occurrence of event E in a probability experiment affects, right? So two events are dependent if the occurrence affects the other one. One is depending on the other. They affect each other. All right. Independent does not affect. Dependent does. All right. Let's look at a couple of examples here. We have to determine, are these independent or not, and then state why. So suppose you flip a coin and roll a die. Are the events obtaining a head and rolling a 5 independent? Does one affect the other? No, they're two separate things. You've got a coin. It doesn't matter what you do on your coin. It has nothing to do with what happens with that die whenever you roll it, right? So, are they independent? Yes. Flipping a coin and rolling a die do not affect each other. And rolling a die do not affect each other. All right. One is not dependent on the other. They are independent. All right. All right. Let's try this next one. Are the events earned a bachelor's degree and earned more than $100,000 a year independent, and why? So basically what's being asked here is, does getting a college degree affect your salary? Can it? Doesn't have to, but can it affect your salary? Yeah. So are these independent? No, these are considered dependent, because the question is, are they independent? So the answer to that is no. Getting your degree could, doesn't mean it has to, but could certainly affect your income. All right. Okay. Now look at this next one. Two 24-year-old male drivers who live in the United States are randomly selected. The events, male 1 gets in a car accident during the year, and male 2 gets in a car accident during the year. Are these events independent? Now, granted, they got in two separate accidents at two separate times. All right. This is not the same accident that we're talking about. Okay. So I wanted to be clear about that. So male 1 gets in an accident during the year and male 2 gets in an accident during the year. Are these events independent? Yes, because one driver has nothing to do with the other. To do with the other. Are you starting to see? So independent means the two events have nothing to do with each other. They do not affect each other at all. Dependent, or not independent, right? But dependent is when they do affect each other, back and forth. Okay, good. It's good to get that vocabulary down.